Sorry. So how you feeling?
Welcome.
Glad to be here today.
All right.
John. Good to meet you, Alan.
Oh, we're going to the cafe in here. Go for shows, parties. Church right over there now.
But I'm cool with
Travel accessories so they can film on site.
not gonna spend a lot of time pondering.
This is he does editing.
Oh, that's what I need to learn.
Film editing.
Wow. Yeah. So is it? Push me.
Okay. Close it. This is a meeting room. I got a meeting for business or class.
Okay.
Had our ups and downs.
Some green screen room here. You get shots, green screen,
If we've got to
backgrounds and things like that.
All right.
girl, it's really gonna break my heart. I'm cool with it.
Cool. It's nice little setup.
Really wanna be free.
And you can cover the door.
It's all inclusive, like it has a lot of
We
different.
have our podcast room over here.
Oh, good.
Oh, nice. Oh, it's very
Oh, that's not. Oh, yeah.
very comfortable.
That's what I'm supposed to set them on like that too. Yeah. Where they keep the camera at? Oh, they bring it in, put it right here.
There's somebody's got it somewhere.
Yeah. So what's the name of the podcast? Like they do different ones.
You come in and do it. You do your own podcast. You can use it if you need to do something,
Oh,
or you have us do it.
great.
Cool.
Okay.
So let me quit.
This is just a little side one. Somebody's got their bike in there. You use this room for a meeting or whatever. Or just chill, meditate.
All right.
Restroom here, restroom there. Don't come to my room.
Studio.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put this laptop down.
Our relationship we have is blacks and Hispanics. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. People of color.
Right.
And you see what Ricardo, he allowed me to come in and partner with him because they didn't have a recording studio. And you see what the slogan is.
Yeah. You know, I love that. You know, man, you come to my house, I got stuff like that all day, man.
So he's a man with a vision.
Good.
And
Great. Great.
okay.
You know, sir.
Steve,
And a lot.
Hey, Mr. Steve.
you leaving?
No, we're just filming right here next door.
Okay. This is Alicia Platt.
Hi, how are
This is
you?
John.
John.
Nice to meet
How you
you.
doing, bro? How you doing,
John
man?
does music.
Yeah.
She does
Yeah.
Writing.
media and
Yeah,
all that.
right.
Yeah.
Steve is the brains.
Oh, man. When you got time, man, I like to pick your brain. You know what I mean?
For sure.
You got five.
He does everything: websites,
Yeah.
promotion,
You
advertising,
gotta give me a card, man.
teaching. classes on acting and film.
Really?
That's what we're doing right now.
Okay, I mean, hold it, bro. I need your card, man. I might,
All my stuff's on whoissteve.com.
Okay.
Whoissteve.com.
Thank you.
So if you don't know who Steve is, just go whoissteve.com.
WhoSteve.com. Gotcha. Gotcha. Thank you, man.
You're not going to turn on the music.
She's just a girl out of her mind. She's probably military. Because she has that She has that look.
Gave me the gift. You gave me the gift of love. You gave me the gift. You gave me the gift. You gave me the gift of love. You gave me the gift.
It's Things of Fish Production. Here today, we have Alan. Sorry, Alan, I forgot your last name.
Palmer.
Alan Palmer. So Alan Palmer is a great part of this DC DMV area, right? Great producer. So Alan, you know what? Before I don't want to introduce you. I want you to introduce yourself to the viewers.
Okay, my name is Alan Palmer. I'm the CEO of Wire for Sound Records. Wire for Sound is not just a recording studio, it's a record company. And we seek to get artists in the DMV, promote, advertise, and foster their careers. My job as a CEO of Wire for Sound is to pull together a group of people who carry out the goals and objectives of the company, which is to help recording artists and performing artists become successful. So the studio is just one branch of that endeavor. Here I'm embedded with Washington Digital Media that has everything from filming, do everything from films to documentaries to commercials, acting training, production training, also being a singer and songwriter myself. I do some songwriting. I do promoting, advertising, promotion of different artists, and I have a staff, a great staff of people that are working to help carry out these goals and objectives. And I'm here to help you in any way I can with those things. If you have an open mind and open ears and are willing to listen and be guided in the direction of success, then there's no reason why you can't succeed.
Okay, so I'm listening. So I want to ask about what made you start. Well, what pushed you into the music industry? What to even be an artist yourself? Let's start with that. I want to start with that.
Well, I grew up in Baltimore, South Baltimore, and as an adolescent, the guys used to be on the corner doo-wop, and I would go and sit on the curb and watch and listen. And sometimes I would butt in, and they would send me home. Say, Alan, you're messing us up. Go home. Okay? So, in elementary school, I joined the all-boys choir. And we traveled around the city, singing in different schools and events. I owe that to my music teacher, who was Ms. Logan, who is still, I credit a lot, and I credit my mom a lot. My mom used to work at one of the clubs called the Comedy Club, where Billie Holiday used to perform. And on Saturdays and weekends when they were getting the bar ready for opening, she would take me and put me on the stage.
Wow.
On the microphone.
Wow.
And
Well, wait. Before now, how was Billy? Well, how was Billy? Well, you got to meet her.
No, I never.
Okay.
But my mother saw a talent in me. Also, even though my mother and father separated, I was raised by my dad, and he would send me to the store to get cards for his girlfriends, like birthday cards or Valentine's cards, because he said I picked the best cards. So I guess that helped me with songwriting and poetry writing, that sort of thing. So my mother moved to DC and back in '64, and I decided to move over here with her. And in high school, I'd be singing in the hallways and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. One of the guys heard me singing, say, "Oh, I got some people looking for a singer." So he introduced me to this group called Prime Example, and that's when I started performing with them, singing in the DC area, up and down the East Coast, military bases, boat rides, cabarets, private parties, different clubs. I got tired of singing other people's songs, cover tunes. Started writing myself, started performing as a solo artist, and was recording in a lot of other studios. Got tired of recording in other people's studios, decided to learn how to do it myself. I've learned everything from tape recording, reel to reel, to digital, and everything in between. So right now we're capable of doing all mediums, all platforms of music, no matter how you bring it to us, whether it's on tape, digital, or just cell phone or whatever. We can do Bluetooth, we can do ADAT, we can do my board records live into the board. So I have a passion for what we're doing. I want to help people to succeed. My learning curve has been greater than my earning curve, but that's okay, because I want my legacy to be that Alan Palmer contributed and may have spawned a lot of people to go on and make this thing a career, especially with the younger people. So that's part of my story.
So Alan, so now tell me about because we were talking earlier. Tell me about the music that you tell me about the music that you love now, or the music now compared to the music that you feel that moves your soul.
I like love songs. Okay. You've been in as many relationships and marriages as I've been. You got some stories to tell.
All right. All right.
And other people's stories also, where you capture the joy and the pain of relationships. I have a song called "Grab It While You Have It," and it's about letting go of something that you should have held on to,
right,
and blowing it,
right.
And a lot of times, like I said, love songs. I like love songs, and everything has gone from love songs to love songs.
I know. Yeah.
And I mean, I love lust, but
love is better, right?
Love is better.
Right? Yeah.
If you get love with your lust, And that's okay.
So you know what I found also, like, so as I got older, like, you know, I listen to old songs, but I'm just listening to them when I'm young, right? But as I got older and I lived, I understood those songs.
Right.
So it's like somebody's teaching you something, you know, like, nah, look, you know, it's like like say Al Green, right? And he's saying like, nah, she threw the grits on me, right? Now it's funny when you're young, you know, right? But when you get older, you know, you're like, wow, she threw the grits on me, you know, yeah, you like, you know, you sit in the bar, like, oh man, she threw the grits on me, baby, you know, you and honest, you know, those things is relatable now.
The thing I really don't like, but the younger generation feels they need to do it, it's all the cussing and all the denigration and all the things about, you know, sex and the perverted way that they rap about it in the songs and how they degrade the women and also it's lost some of the morals.
I said that too. I said the ritual too. Like, you know, like how don't you love what's yours? You know what I mean? Like, and I was saying in my podcast to my son. You know, I said, you know, before we should have to work our way to dance with a woman, right? And I'm like, I watch y'all just, it just kind of is no connection. Yeah, you know.
It's like I said, it's lost their way, so to speak. And the thing is that they think it's the norm, and that's the way to get famous or be heard. You know, so I'll have some rappers come in, and every other word is MF or B, TCH, whatever, or nigga, or whatever, or shooting, and killing, and drugging. And the thing is that music shapes the culture. So they don't know that they're shaping
Destruction.
and destroying themselves with the music. Rather than, it doesn't have to be spiritual or lifting or all virtuous and all that. But you know, there are people like Earth, Wind, and Fire. There are people that music is a motivator. So you can use it to make someone happy, make someone inspire someone. You can make someone sad, make somebody want to kill somebody, or whatever. So I would say use for the best, unless it's just something that you're going to be playing for your boys.
So
So in terms of music that I like music that inspires. I like music that's about love and relationships.
who would you say your favorite growing up, your favorite artist? Okay, so why would you say Stevie Wonder?
I say Stevie Wonder because Stevie Wonder, a couple reasons. For one, he's overcome a handicap in certain things because of certain things. When we have everything, all our faculties and everything is BS. Okay. The other thing is that he's mastered his skills. He's able to write about different things and touch people in different ways. And I know him personally.
Oh, wait, hold on, sorry. We have Alicia Black here. That's who's talking on. That's who's talking. Oh, so good.
What was your question?
Explain to them the irony and that personal side of Stevie Wonder that you've come to know.
He's a human being, just like anybody else, with immense talent and a big heart. And I think he's God-gifted. And what I I believe people should do is what God has directed you to do. And we have to, our purpose is to carry out God's will for us, God's purpose for us. And a lot of times, if you're not successful, you're not doing what God's plan is for your life. When you see yourself still failing at something or reaching a lot of roadblocks, then you need to examine and ask God what He would have you to do, and listen. And Stevie Wonder, I think, has tapped into his Godhead, and he's going to be a man that's going to be remembered for a long time.
So have y'all two work? Well, you know what? I love Stevie Wonder. You know, like I think. Matter of fact, I thought there was gonna be another Stevie Wonder, but I don't think it's ever gonna be another Stevie Wonder, right?
Oh.
Kind of makes you wonder, doesn't it?
Look, this
You
was.
missed that.
Yeah, I know. I got. Yeah. That's even better. But
Well, Ray, who is it?
Charles.
Ray Charles.
But he passed.
Yeah,
I
Rachel.
know, but he was that other example
Jose Feliciano.
No, yeah.
of someone overcoming adversity and trials.
But now you don't see any blind singers,
True.
True.
right? So basically it's like
I know a blind piano player.
right.
Wow. That's amazing.
So where did you meet Alicia at?
I met Alicia through a artist that came through my studio at one time. Her name is Kai Rashid. Kai Rashid has since passed away, but I do have a recording of her. I even have her cover for her CD, and all designed and everything. I just need to send it off to the presser. And we want to take the income from that project that she did and donate funds to MS Society because she died of MS.
Yeah.
But I was only able to record 5 songs of her. And she was like a little sister to me. And I was dedicated to helping her all the way to the end of her life. And I met Alicia through Kai.
Yeah.
And Alicia and I have written a couple songs together. And she's a good lyricist. All I have to do is give her a track. She'll come back with the lyrics. And
I did the admin for a while, for a hot second.
yeah, she also did admin with Wired for Sound.
Yeah.
And
Kind of delved a little bit into artist development with some of the artists you were pulling in and scouting. So you said earlier that you have a legacy, and for me coming into Wired for Sound, part of that legacy is what you even taught me about the business.
okay.
And I think, we've talked and I've shared with you the groundwork, the information that I actually have, the insight that I have comes from you, because you taught me that
Thank you.
from day one. And although we did the internship, so in a program that I was working in, I guess I have that visionary mindset as well, because again, the talent scout in me is always looking for people who have that it factor, that talent that I can see clearly, jump right in front of me. And so on my job, there was this one of the students who came across, and I just saw how immensely talented he was, and just kind of sitting there talking with him. This was his passion. Music was his passion. Wanting to do music in the studio, sitting down, doing a track, learning the production side of it. And of course, me knowing who I know, Mr. Palmer and I partnered even in that internship. So we've done a few things together, and he's a dear friend of mine, and always looking to collab with him in any way.
So that door is always open to you. And I appreciate that you give me those props, and I was able to
Absolutely.
show you some things. I'm still open to show you even more if you're open. And also, just know that you have, when you go out and meet people, you have the backing of Wired for Sound behind you. And you can always say, hey, I know somebody, and we're here for you.
I appreciate that.
Yeah,
I appreciate it. I take that to heart. So, whether I'm in Frederick and you're in DC, the love is still there, and the fond memories, because we used to have blasts in the studio back in the day. But again, because as you said, you kind of get tired of always working on other people's stuff, and you kind of want to do things for yourself. And so in the time that you and I have been separated or apart, I've been focusing a lot on my own projects and things, to move myself in a different direction. So the lyricist has turned into full-fledged poetry, into writing a novel, which I'm working on, and hopefully this documentary that I have vision for. So I definitely am a visionary, and Alan gives credence to my visions. So that's why we get along so well.
And see, the beautiful thing now is that being embedded with Washington Digital Media, we can do all of that. So Ricardo, he's the gentleman that owns Washington Digital Media. I came to his grand opening about 6 months ago, and it was really, really nice. He held it downstairs in the big room, and I asked him, I said, do you have a recording studio? He said, oh, we're thinking about getting one in about 6 months. Or about a year. No, he said about a year. I said, well, that's what I do. So he said, well, let's talk. So I met him on the Monday after that event. We sat down and talked. This room was an empty room. And I spent the funds to build a vocal booth and all of that. My nephew had equipment. I had some equipment already. We combined our equipment together. And now they have a studio. Even though Wired for Sound is a separate business, I tell Ricardo, Washington Digital Media, that this is our studio. Theirs and us together. We're not separate from it. Because we can do music for their videos, for their commercials, for their documentaries. So we work as a unit. And so you can get all that done right here.
That was very convenient.
And you can even have your book signing here.
That would be
we got
sweet.
rooms.
Well,
Yes, that would be sweet.
I got some. Oh man, listen, man, I'm interested in that.
We got space.
Oh,
And once we get that space downstairs, we can even have bigger.
oh yeah, oh yeah. I forgot about that.
The
Yeah.
screening of the documentary itself. So in that auditorium,
Right.
yeah, that's a perfect spot.
So the thing is to dream big, to think big. We are creators because we were made by a creator, and he embedded that creative aspect of himself within every human being. So everything in our lives, whatever our lives reflect, we've created. Be it good, bad, pain, joy, whatever, we created it. So when we take responsibility for that creation of our lives, it means that you can recreate and continue to create every day. So music, art, and entertainment is an expression of creativity. When God created things, he spoke.
Spoken word.
Spoken word. Let there be light. It came from whatever tones in the ether that he had to resonate to bring into existence, into the material world, that out of the darkness into reality. It had to be some vibratory tones that if we knew how to use them, we could really create on a higher level. You know, we could create planets and stars.
I know, right?
People, animals, flowers. But we are, in a sense, co-creators
I agree with that.
with the universe.
I agree with that. So
I know we got off of music, but it's all.
Oh no, man! But it's
all relative.
to me, it's that is music, right? To me, you know, like everything you touched on, the sound waves is to me, music is supposed to move you,
Right.
right? And in ways shape you too, you know. So
Right.
I don't think you got off the top, man. To me, that was actually
That's why certain beats move people a certain way.
yeah.
When
yeah.
you hear certain music, you might want to be strings and pretty, and you might want to dance, waltz, or whatever. But when you hear go-go, it's primitive.
Yeah.
It's a certain frequency. You know, it's a certain, tone to it. A lot of it is bass tone. That's why it makes some people crazy.
Right. So what is a genre? All right, and I really like I really hate to say this, you know, even actually,
Called
right?
Science of Sound.
I was going to say the genre, right? Because people say genre, but you see, you made it.
go-go is its own genre in and of
Well, no,
itself.
I was going to ask.
It's really a vibratory frequencies of sound. It's like when you hear a violin compared to if you hear bass guitar.
I know.
Well, now
They're
that-
different. They're different tonalities and
Yeah,
frequencies.
in that what percussion is that multi-level.
Right.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you got different, you
Then
know.
you got rhythms.
Yeah, different. Yeah.
Rhythms is just intervals of time. So you can have a slow rhythm. Same rhythm, same sound, but it's just done at a different pace. You know what I mean? So there's a good book called The Finding of the Third Eye.
I think you do.
And there's a chapter in there about the science of sound and how sounds affect people. Even then it talks about the science of color. Different colors affect people in different ways. If you wear red, if you wear blue, if you wear green or yellow. Yellow is like jealousy.
Really?
Yeah.
Just from my
Like people say
research,
you're yellow.
Yeah.
Yellow.
Yeah.
I thought that was green. Green
Green
with
is
envy.
envy.
Green with
Envy.
envy.
Yeah. But it also
Envy,
mean life.
jealousy.
It has its dual aspects. So it can mean life. So,
But yellow is like cowardice, stuff like that.
Oh.
but it could be brightness too. So on a chakra.
Energizing.
Yeah. On a chakra thing, it's like it's how you use it. It's all balanced. So and everything is not, to me, it's not good or bad.
Right.
It's just how you use it.
How you
You know, it's the same thing with music.
Right.
Is it good or bad? It's just how you use it. You know. Oh, so all right, okay. So we've been here for a while. So I'm gonna wrap it up, right, sir?
Any last words?
Yeah.
My last words are just continue to be creative, be imaginative, be original. Think outside of the box with your creativity. Don't be a follower, be a leader. Of course, learn the fundamentals, but then after that, do you, do who you are. You might create something new. Music has gone through a lot of different changes, from just drum beat from Africa to strings, to violins, to horns, to country music, to rock and roll, to R&B, to Motown, to whatever. So it means that it's still wide open. And who knows what the next thing will be? And who knows if you could be that person that brings it into reality. So create.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
Oh man, look at her, man. She fine. I think I'll ask her to dance. Dance with me, baby. Wanna show you a good time tonight. Oh yeah, I wanna dance.